Hey people, how's it going? Happy, what is it? What's today? Monday. Happy Monday, 8 p.m. Yeah, I hope you all are doing well. As I speak, I am just loading up the YouTube. Yes, so you might notice a slightly different angle. Long story. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. So, what's going on in life today? What is going on in life today is I'm getting ready for a speaking gig tomorrow. I'll be flying. How many miles is it? Let's find out. Let's see. Whoa, whoops, wrong one. I'm just curious. I'm flying up to Oregon and driving back into Orange County. Apparently, it's like 700 miles or so. So yeah, I'll be traveling 700 miles. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to meeting all the students at Crescent Elk Middle School that I'll be speaking at. So I've been preparing for that. Today, I just want to do a Q&A, answer any questions that you have about life. I want to hear about how life is going for you, and yeah, fill me in. I want to hear a little bit more. All right. So, um, yeah. Ooh, this should be a good setup right here. Check this out. Check this out. Okay. All right. So, Jimmy, hey Jimmy, good to see you on. Thanks for being the first one to comment. Hey Richard, I got a top 5 pick of music I recommend on you listen to. Remember one time I told you about low tone music? Here are my recommendations. Did you mention this last time? Because of you, yes, I'm familiar with Neo, Usher, not of course Diddy. Mackenzie, good to see you on. Let's see. Read all about it. Emily, is it Sandy? Each tier. Mary J. Blige. Nice. I like it. That's a good, very chill mix. Mackenzie says preparing for tomorrow's promotion graduation ceremony. So hyped, but also scared. It's going to be packed, and I'm worried for no reason. Can't believe it's almost the end of the year. Mackenzie, congratulations. That's really exciting. Like seriously. When's Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's been such a long time since I had a graduation ceremony because I graduated a while ago. But it's exciting, you know. It's like a new chapter of your life, and life is beautiful. It really is. And I got a question for all of you. Okay, seriously, I would really appreciate an answer from all of you. My question is, uh, do you think, like, I know you haven't lived your whole entire life, but what let's go with decades. What decade of your life or of people's life do you feel like is the best? Is it the 0 to 10, the teens, or let's say 11 to 20? Is it the 20s? Is it the 30s, 40s, 50s, or beyond? I'm just kind of curious. What are all your thoughts on that? And I'll share with you mine in just a little bit. All right. So if you can do me a favor and just write down in the comment section, what do you think is the best uh, decade of people's lives? You could follow it up with what you think will be your best decade of your life. You could also do just people's lives in general. I'm trying to see if we have like a typical trend. Like, do people believe that their teens are the best years, or being a child is the best years, or being in their 20s or 30s? I'm just curious. Yeah, and again, I'll share with you my thoughts right after. Let's see here. John, good to see you on, brother. Thanks for always hopping on. I always appreciate your presence. Venomoth level 100. Long time no see. Good. Thanks for hopping back on. Jasmine Lopez, good to see you on. Jimmy says, when will you be back? I'll be back. I'll be back on Wednesday night. However, I probably need to push my live stream on Wednesday back late, or I might skip it depending on how tired I am when I get back, because I will be getting home around 9 p.m. On Wednesday. So, yeah, I might be a little bit late there. So we'll see. We'll see, because it's going to be a long 2 days. This whole week is really crazy for me. So, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a very packed week. Mackenzie says, I'm barely preparing for high school next year, but I want to go to biology university. You mean Biola? Biola University? Going to La Mirada High School next year. I've never heard of Biology University. But that's awesome. Way to go. I love that you like have this planned out. That's definitely a good thing to do. Jamie says, "What will you be doing in Oregon?" Again, I'll be speaking at a it's I'm flying up to Oregon. So okay, so here's SoCal, right? I'm flying up. Like the speaking gig is in California. Like imagine this is California. The thing is, the speaking gig is right here, like on the northern border of California. So what I'm doing is I'm flying into Oregon, and then driving down to Crescent City. So landing in Medford and then going down to Crescent City. So, yeah, and it's still a 2 hour drive from the airport. So it's kind of a interesting situation, but I'm looking forward to it. Uh, it's a new change of scene. I do plan on posting a vlog about it, so you'll probably see it. We'll see how I like rearrange my videos this week. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted. You'll see some videos, but yeah, I will vlog about it, and I plan to go hiking and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see here. Subtract says Fortnite. Nope, no Fortnite for me tonight. I got some work to do and I gotta prepare. I gotta wake up at like 4:30 in the morning or something. It's I have a really early flight tomorrow. Let's see here. Mackenzie says I'd say from around 10. Oh, gotcha. Venomot says 11 to 20. Mackenzie says 10 to 20s. That's when you get to know other most, and it's usually the most socializing because usually, in my opinion, let's see, when you graduate college, you're usually alone. Even if you feel you have friends, you will have less to socialize with. Justine said the best decade 90s. I love the 90s. The 90s was amazing. The question is, what is the best decade of your life? Is it from ages 0 to 10, 11 to 20? Or I'm just gonna say like the 10s, the 20s, the 30s. When you're 40 years old, 50 years old, etc., etc. Yeah. As Azrael Hernandez Moreno says, I think that the best decade of my life was actually being a teenager. I mean, I am a teenager. The experience of being a teenager isn't that well, but we live and learn. I really like this. Amor, good to see you on. Yo, Isaac, what's up, brother? Good to see you on, brother. Mackenzie says, oof, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get graduation presents. Very nice. Hydro says, what would you say? That's funny. Enough for me to not say it on the stream. Yes, I would consider that word a swear word. It's yeah, context, but yeah, it's like yeah. I'm gonna go with that as a swear word. Moon says, I think when you're a kid, you're the most free, but I think when you're in your 20s, 30s, you have to have the most self-development. I like these opinions. Let's see. Most of us are pretty young. Most of us are in our teens. Some of us in our 20s, maybe some 30s. And let's see here. Yeah, for me, my favorite decade so far is my 20s. I'm turning 29 soon. But the 20s for me has been awesome. I think it's going to vary per person. My teenage years, or my 10 to 20, that was a really, it's cool to be a teenager. There really are a lot of like cool things you could do. It's a good time to have fun. For me, 20s for me is like more freedom, like not having to do everything your parents tell you to do. At least that's my experience of it. So my opinion is 20s is that the best time of the year? Ooh, that's tough. I'm biased. We are all biased, right? I mean, best time of my life. 20s. That's gonna be tough. I think life is good. It's so weird. Like when I ask this question, I think about a lot of the positives. I think about like I'm actually looking forward to my 30s. Not like I want to fast forward time. I don't want to fast forward time, but I'm looking forward to my 30s. I think when I'm 30, there's a lot that we will understand about life. And with that perspective, I think we become more calm, centered, less anxious, and I guess a little bit more wise, which is nice. That's one reason why I like my 20s more than my 10s, I guess. My teens were great. I had a lot of fun, but I was dealing with a lot of just self-esteem challenges and not feeling good enough and comparing myself with others and feeling depressed. Now my 20s, still facing some problems, but I feel like mindset wise, I was healthier. And I think once I get into my 30s, it's like I will be at a place where I'm even more calm, and I'm able to, I guess, control my emotions more. And I think that's something that comes with time. So I think that's a benefit. But yeah, it's one thing is, oh man, this is so weird talking about it. Like, a lot of adults grow up. Um, and I just wonder myself, like, do I ever want to grow up? Like, I don't think I ever want to grow up. I think it's being a kid is always fun. So we should always be kids, but that's just my opinion. Alrighty, let's see here. Vapor, what's up, Brennan? Good to see you on. Mood says, I think my favorite would be the 20s just because I think I finally have the ability to live the life I want to. I agree. I think 20s, here's another reason why 20s is great. Because 20s, for most people, I was going to say you're single. You don't have kids. Most people don't have kids, which means it's this time of your life where, it's exciting. You get a job. You you're quote unquote single. Like you don't have to take care of a baby, And once you have a family and stuff, I'm sure that brings another level of joy. But it's like while you have your freedom, your singlehood, or maybe you're in a relationship, you don't have to. You just have to worry about yourself, which is cool. Now some of us have to take care of whatever family members and stuff like that, and things happen, and it is what it is. So of course that's going to change the subjectivity of the equations. Objectivity. You get my point, hopefully. Jimmy says the best decades that I'd have is the 2000s. When I was young, I'd experienced a lot of great adventures. When I was 8 or 9 years old, I began to develop certain skills. I'd clarify enough, but that's all I can say. Oh, I can't clarify enough, but that's all I can say. Got it. Interesting. Uh, Azrael says, remember the day you came to the high school, South El Monte High School? I was that one student with another student who played your ex in a story. Sorry if I'm bringing back memories. Number one, I don't care. Let's see. I do remember South El Monte. Let me see here. Hold on. I've been to South El Monte, I think 3 times now. So if you're talking about the latest one, I'm visualizing. Wait. Ah, library, right? In the library, where we did the presentations, I believe. Um, I I've done that. I do that. The whole like having someone play Stacy once in a while, and but yes, I do remember. Ooh, the Ovid classroom. Ooh, goes. Okay. I remember now. I remember. Well, I remember the classroom. I just need to process more. But so when I went to sorry, this is so off topic from everyone else. I'll be brief. When I went to South El Monte High School, the first 2 years I did in the library, and then this last year, I now remember it was the Avid classrooms, and let's see, I went to 2 different classrooms. I'm like first class or second class. I remember the setting. Let's see here. Oof. This reminded me of something real quick. So, does anyone else on here think they have bad memory? If so, you're not alone. You know, I just want to bring up a really quick point, which is, I think, I don't know if you've ever felt, I guess, kind of anxiety when you don't remember someone's name. When you're in a social setting where like you see people that you've seen before, or maybe you don't even remember that you saw them and they remember you. Doesn't it get a little bit awkward? So this is like a situation I find myself in very, very often, and it's like, you know, it's weird. It's like, what do I do? You know, it's like I'm not trying to be mean or whatever it is. I just like a combination of whatever meeting tons of people plus not having a good memory to begin with, especially with names and faces. Um, what are you supposed to do? You know, it's I was at an event recently, and a lot of people are like, hey Richard. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, what do I do here? Um, so yeah, you know, there's times where I would kind of whatever be up front and be like, hey, sorry, you know, please forgive me, I don't remember your name, and they're like, ah, it's okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like when there's so many people who remember you but you don't remember them back, it's like it gets awkward. And I'm definitely not alluding to the fact, you know, I'm not saying I'm popular or whatever, because I don't think that's the case. You know, I think for me, you know, I really do want to remember people's names. It's a challenge. It really is. Um, anyway, so if you ever forget people's names, don't worry about it. You're not alone. And just remember Richard, because yeah, he's another person who forgets people's names. Um, ooh, okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna answer these questions, and then I will tell you a little bit of news real quick about making a video soon. All right, so Jimmy says, Richard, I got a question about the 90s. What was your best memorable moment in the 90s? Again, I feel like I've answered this multiple times, but most memorable moment in the 90s was just playing Pokemon. Specifically, I would say the card game. I was very involved with the card game. Most of you have already heard the story, but if you have not heard the story, you know what? I'll tell it anyway, because I don't usually share the full story of the whole thing. So when I was young, you know, grew up in an Asian family. My mom was very frugal. She never let us spend money on toys or cards, Pokemon cards, nothing. So how we started our collection, like we never bought a single card. And what happened was, like we would have, like this is a card. So pretend this is a Pokemon card, right? We would ask a friend, hey, can I have one water energy card or whatever? And they're like, okay, whatever. These are so cheap. You know, I have so many of these here. You could have one. And then we'd ask another friend, and we'd ask them, hey, can I have an energy card and like our trainer card? And, you know, they gave it to us because, I mean, who wants trainer cards? They're just random cards everyone has. Then we collected 10 of them. Then we traded it for a holographic card. And then you know, sold the holographic card for $10, and then bought 2 booster packs. And eventually, my brother and I expanded our collection to a collection worth about I don't remember the exact number, but somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000. On top of that, my brother made $2,000 selling Pokemon cards, and I myself, under his apprenticeship, made $500 myself. So that's like, that was a really fun time. Not just selling cards. Like for my brother, it was probably about the money, and it was fun. For me, it was just because it was just fun. Like I enjoyed just collecting cards. I enjoyed playing in the trading card league where you can earn badges and stuff. I used to watch a TV show, everything like that. So yeah, that was definitely the biggest memory for me. What was your best memorable moment in the 2000s? I'm going to go with Key Club. So for anyone who's in high school who has a Key Club, well, if you don't know what a Key Club is, it's a community service organization. I was heavily involved with it. I was, let's see, I became a lieutenant governor, which is like you're in charge of 10 different high schools' Key Clubs. You know, I had like 1,000 members that I was responsible for. So it was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. Like I put in probably 40 hours a week doing Key Club stuff every single week for my whole entire term. So I really enjoyed that. That was a huge highlight. FBI, welcome. I'm bored and want to mess around in live streams. Well, welcome. I'm glad that we have the FBI in our live stream. Thanks for just tuning in, you know, because FBI, they're always bored. They got nothing else to do, right? Man Black says, what motivated you to become a motivational speaker? For me, what motivated me to become a speaker is, the biggest thing is, number one is always, like, knowing that I want to help other people. And then for the longest time, I didn't know how. And then eventually figuring out that, you know, I just started thinking, like, what's a problem that people have in a way, and the biggest challenge, I just reflected back in my life. This is when I graduated college and I was working and at a corporate entertainment, and I wanted to quit my job, and I'm just like, what's something like what's something that I don't know people struggle with, and or what's something that I struggled with in my life, and something that I don't want to see other people struggle with, and that's low self esteem. Like low self esteem is to me is like it's such a waste of time. It's such a waste of happiness and joy. It's like low self esteem is just a mindset. It's something that we can change. So yeah, it's just I want to help people realize that if you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't belong, or you're not popular enough, and you're ugly, you're fat, you're unattractive, all these different things, that all of it is just a mindset, and we can change this. Does it take work? Yes, it takes work. But is it possible to change? Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a struggle. It really is. It's a life struggle. Like, it takes time, and sometimes it feels really impossible to think that we could be any smarter than we are. And let me give you a good example. I just shared with you, like, what, 5-10 minutes ago, that I have a poor memory. Is that a limiting belief? Possibly. Limiting belief means, like, it's a belief that I tell myself over and over, so then it becomes true. Sure, it might be. Now, it's goodness. Wow, sorry, runny nose. Having this real talk is getting me thinking about myself and this whole poor memory thing. The thing is, the more we tell ourselves that something is true, the more it becomes true. So if I say, "Oh man, I'm so fat," then it becomes true. I start believing it. So if I start saying, "I have poor memory," guess what? It's going to become true too. So yeah, I just called myself out with the support of you, Man Black. So thanks for that question. But so for me, and it's tough. Like, let's talk about this. I guess this is a mini current struggle. Is I have bad memory. It's I've tried. I've pushed myself to improve my memory. I've like when I meet someone, I repeat their name, like Andrew. Okay, spell it out. Okay, Andrew. Oh yeah, I have another friend named Andrew. So he looks like that. Okay, so like the whole. I use a lot of like different techniques to remember people's names, and even then I still forget. Like, it's kind of bad. Like I could spend weeks with someone, working with someone for a month straight, every single day for hours, and then if I don't see this person for like 6 months to a year, and I see them 6 months to a year later, guess what? There's a good chance that I might have already forgotten their name, and it's I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Anyway, yeah, off topic. Hopefully that was some value added a little bit, but yeah. So, long story short, why did I become a motivational speaker is because I know that other people are struggling with their low self-esteem challenges, and I want to help other people realize it's just a conversation and that it can be improved. Yeah, and that's all. I just want to help other people do that, because people need to stop wasting their time feeling bad and having low self-esteem when it can be improved. And I want to be a source to help people do that, and hopefully people who I guess are on this live stream or hear my presentation, once they improve their self-esteem, they could help other people do the same thing as well. That'd be amazing. Yep. Jimmy says, for me, when it's a new chapter in my life with new people, when I'm in this place or an event, there were times when someone knows me in elementary school, dance class, or any kind of random event. Like, for example, Rachel remembers me and says hi. Hi to me, Rachel is just a random person I just made up. If any of you is Rachel in this stream, sorry, I'm just using an example. FBI didn't skip you. So what I do, yeah, I guess most people on the stream know this. I do my best not to skip. So I answer questions in a logical order, but I keep tabs. Yeah. Wait, what? Actually. Oh yeah. So if you saw, okay, I'm going to explain this. I don't know if you saw this, but with Jimmy's question, you see how he says dot dot dot, and he continues his thought. So I'm trying to keep all the thoughts, the conversations together. Yeah, it's kind of I try to organize all the conversations together. Yeah. Let's see here. First of all, since we're on the topic, wait, what? Hold on, did I miss a question? I see that you. I mean, I'm not gonna read every single statement. If you have a question, I'll read it. But I mean, all I see that you wrote is this live stream is more intellectual than I thought. Um, awesome, thank you. That's so it's I try to keep it intellectual, which is usually how we support other people. Sometimes we get random, which is kind of like it reminds me of like Fortnite Fridays. We just chill, we have fun. So it's a balance. Sometimes people ask random questions about like, hey, what are your favorite shoes, or what shows do you like to watch, and we go off on a side conversation. Um, you know, this channel is ultimately to help people build up life skills and self-esteem and stuff like that, but we're here to have fun at the same time. Let's see. Just think this says how to find my soulmates. Ooh, nice one. So, so how do you find your soulmates? I was going to answer this, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. I'm going to go ahead and just tell you right now that the best person to ask how do you find your soulmate is someone who's already done it. I can't say that I have myself, but I can give you tips. It doesn't mean I can't give you tips. It's just I would recommend that you find someone that already has. That way you hear it from. Does that make sense? Like they've already done it, so listen to them first versus someone who hasn't. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about my journey, and I think I'm on track to it. I think finding a soulmate is a lot of it is using your intuition. It's using your heart and using your gut. So, intuition, heart, gut, it's all synonymous. It's all the same thing to me. So instead of looking at, let's say someone is just like super cute or hot or whatever, and they make lots of money, and they're such a gentleman, and what is it like? They're everything that you could ask for, but your heart isn't there. Then chances are they're not your soulmate. Like I think a soulmate is someone like when you're just in their presence, or when that person is in your presence, like you just feel it, you just sense it, and you just know. I think that's kind of how you find a soulmate. It's by not settling for anything less. That's kind of what I'm doing right now in my journey of life and dating. Like I am very selective with who I date. And there's like no offense. I've met a lot of great girls, just in general. A lot of just amazing people, and but like for me, it's like I do look for that soulful connection, which I have yet to have. So, yeah, I do feel like I have a big ask, but I'm being patient myself, and hopefully that helps. It's trust your heart. It like don't focus on your mind, just focus on your heart. It's like if something feels off, it's probably off. Let's see. Isaac says, listen to my mixtape. Did you actually make a mixtape, Isaac? If you made a mixtape, I will listen to it. All right. Send me a link or a tape. I want to hear it. What's up, Jan dude? I want to say long time no see, but it hasn't been that long. But long time no see anyway. Good to have you on. Jimmy says, for the stream, to me, I would say, do you know me? To be honest, it would be weird for me if someone I know from a long time, even though we don't remember them, there are times where our memories fade. This means I kind of get it, but I don't fully understand what you're saying, Jimmy. So if you can clarify, I'd appreciate that. Miss Sarah, hey, good to see you on again. Miss Sarah says, do you think it's worth it to keep chasing someone you love if they always treat you rudely but keep promising to get better? I've been debating this for a while. Ooh, nice question. I like this. And sorry about that. That's an unfortunate situation. So my thing, like how I make my decisions in my life, for better or worse, is trusting my heart. It's like I have this policy rule. It's like as long as I trust my heart, I have no regrets. As long as I use my intuition, my gut, like if my gut is wrong, which I don't think my gut has ever been wrong, um, like okay, here's let me explain this in the best logical way I can. So your gut instinct is there for a reason. Your gut instinct is a combination of everything that you've learned throughout your life compiled into like a split second decision. And your gut instinct already knows if something feels a little bit off. You know, it it allows you to understand if someone is, I want to say someone is lying, or maybe someone might be lying. You know, it's like you have intuition, you have this gut feeling. Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but like something, I get the sense. You know, it's like a sense that something's a little bit off. Now, is it always right? Not always. Like, how do I say this? It's like, so, ooh, tricky, tricky, tricky. So let's talk about lying for a second. Like, I have a gut instinct. Like, oh goodness gracious, I remember the story. I'm not gonna give full details, but there's a story. You know, I'll just say it. Um, there's this one time where I was hanging out with. I was. No, I don't want to give away too many details here. Uh, I was in a social situation, and uh, you know, doing a very good active hobby, and someone dropped a pill on the ground, and I'm like, hey, yo, you dropped this pill, and then the guy told me, he's just like, oh, 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 that's weird. That must be someone else's, and he picks it up, and then the second thing he says is, um, oh, oh, it must be mine. It's for like, it's for like headaches or something like that. And for me, like, honestly, I wasn't there to judge. I just, you know, hey, you dropped something. You know, I think it's yours. That's all. And it's kind of funny because it's like my intuition kind of picked up right away that, oh, he's lying. You know, it's like I put two and two together, like something seemed a little bit off. Also because his statements contradicted each other. Point is, like, our intuition is very strong. It's very powerful, and I think that's something that we should work on getting in tune with. And when you build up that self-awareness, it will help you make decisions for you. Second piece is, a lot of people struggle with trusting their intuition. And this is a part that you get to develop with yourself, where you get to work on just trusting. It's just surrendering. Surrendering is such a big word. Surrendering meaning just let it go. Let go and just trust whatever your intuition is telling you. Just trust that it's right. And like, don't worry if it, you know, if it's quote unquote not right. If, you know, your intuition says, go for a girl, go for it, or go for that guy, you know, and then they reject you. You know, it doesn't matter. The thing is that you tried. Okay. Now we can dive deeper in this conversation. So if you want to dive deeper in this conversation, just let me know. I'm happy to dive even deeper. Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, sorry. I get so off topic. Part of me feels like I need to stop getting so off topic. Miss Sarah, I'm gonna like recap your question because I don't think I fully answered it. So, do you think it's worth it to keep chasing someone you love if they always treat you rudely, but keep promising to get you better? Oh yeah. So number one, trust your intuition. If someone's treating you rudely, okay. So let me put this into context. If someone is treating you rudely, and they keep promising to get better, yeah, number one is just use your intuition. What does your gut tell you? You know, does your gut tell you that it's time to go, or does your gut say to stay? And yeah, I can make a guess just based off, you know, the languaging you're using, but I'm not going to say it because I think this is a decision that you got to make yourself. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Miss Sarah, if you got any more questions around that, let me know. Happy to answer. Kin says, how old are you? I am 28, turning 29 very, very soon. 1, 2, 3, 4 more days. Am I single? Yes, I am single right now. Isaac says, what up with this angle and no. So this angle, it's because long story. I have my phone stand is way up there. I'm staring at it right now, and it's the reason why I'm not using that phone stand is because my monitor is where I'm staring right now, and my monitor is not working for some reason. So I have to use my laptop, which I'm staring at right now, and these are the comments. So I decided to put the phone here. Phone, laptop, broken monitor, old stand. Does that make sense? I'm sure that was pretty confusing. There's a reason why. Moon says, I thought you were seeing the girl on your live stream a while ago. I was seeing her. We are friends. You know, I guess you can say we ended it. We're still talking. We're still friends. She's a great person. Again, if we're talking, I mean, it's complicated in terms of like, you know, soulmates, soul connection, stuff like that. Yeah, so all I have to say is she's a great person, and you know we keep in contact still. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got. FBI says, what would happen if an unstoppable object hits a movable object? Oh goodness, man, that's a philosophy questions, man. I'm gonna pass on that one because it's a tricky one. I don't want to dive too deep into it because it's gonna go to our live stream that people are talking about. Maybe we'll address that question. But yeah, not today. Today I do get to go to sleep early because I gotta wake up in 8 hours from now, and I still have some work to do. And it's only 8:30. 4:30 is really early. NJ Grant, what's up, brother? NJ says you should be a singer, my guy. Wait, what? Who should be a singer? You're talking to me? If you're talking to me about being a singer, I might have to pass on that, you know, and just not my forte. Isaac says do a live stream in the car while driving. I wouldn't be able to answer questions though, you know. When you go to Oregon, want to go Oregon? Let's see, Tuesday. Let's see, do I have time? I have a feeling the reception is not going to be very good up in the woods where I'm going. So that's going to be questionable there. But if I can, maybe I will, but I probably won't. Just because I want to focus on you know, prepping for the presentation. I want to focus on just being out in nature and you know, just being by myself, being one with nature. So it's very rare that I get to do that. So yeah, but I will be vlogging, so you will see a vlog from there. But if I do have an opportunity to, and I feel like it's a good fit, then I'll do a random live stream, sure. Jimmy, and let's see, Jimmy's continuation, and you don't just remember them. There are times when I know someone for a long time and I still remember them. They sometimes where I say hi and I have a short conversation. Jimmy, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not picking it up right now. Yeah. Sorry about that. NJ says, dude, we should phone each other during live stream. I mean, that's what the whole Discord thing was all about. Oh, Moon should be a singer. Nice. Yeah. Moon should be a singer. Do it. You're trying to hit it like what? Let's see, Miss Sarah says, I try to trust my gut, but I feel like I'm torn in half. I feel betrayed by my own feelings because part of me is telling me to give it up because he makes me feel horrible. But there's also a part of me that's saying to keep chasing because the old him is somewhere inside of him. It's really confusing, and I don't know if I can trust either of my conflicting feelings. Miss Sarah, I understand what you're saying there. I'm trying to see how I can support here. So you have conflicting feelings. I understand, Miss Sarah. I understand what you're feeling in that sense. I get it. I guess I know this might sound repetitive, but Sarah, I'm just going to ask you the question to see if it opens up conversation for you. And the question is, what do you think you should do in this situation? Do you feel like you should give it another chance or leave him? And what does your gut tell you to say? What does your gut tell you to do? To stay and give him another shot or to leave? Okay. And when I say your gut already knows the answer. Okay, like you don't have to think about it. It's if you have to think anytime you're thinking about something, it means you're in your head. Like your gut doesn't think. Your gut just knows. It's an instinct. You just know. Okay. So that's what I have to say. And what I would do if I were in your position, I'm not saying you have to do this, but if I were in your position, what I would do is so what I do is a lot of people use their logic and reasoning as their base, and then they use their whatever feelings and stuff like that after that. So I kind of reverse it, where I use my gut instinct as the base. Like this is my answer. If the answer is I feel like I should give him another shot, then that's my answer, and then I use logic to process, if that's the right decision. Or the other one is, of course, base gut instinct says, this doesn't feel right. And then I use my logic to process this. Is that the right decision? Does that make sense? Stuff like that. Because sometimes we make decisions out of fear, fear of losing someone, fear of change, that life is going to be different when we're not with this person anymore. All that stuff. Yeah. So for me personally, as much as I want to give advice because I do have my thoughts, for me, it's like, just remember your time is valuable too. So respect your own time, respect yourself. And yeah, like if things are meant to be, they will happen. That's what I'll say. Yeah, of course it goes deeper, effort matters, stuff like that. Yeah, the decision is ultimately yours though. So you get to make that choice. But you got this. Like you already know the answer. The answer is not outside of you. The answer is within you already. You already know what you need to do. It's just you get to decide if you're going to listen to your answer, if that makes sense. FBI says you just earned a subscriber. That's all. I'm done. All right, guys. I'm shutting down my YouTube channel. I just got 1 subscriber. I'm just kidding. Thanks, FBI. That was not a funny joke. Let's see here. I appreciate the sub. Very nice. Isaac says I need money to buy $400 worth of games. Nice. Brandon says you got to commit a crime to get that money, boy. Watching you. Let's see. Or you got to work for it. Onathox, what's up, brother? Let's see. Miss Sarah says, when I'm away from him, it's more clear. I feel like I should cut him off. It's so different when I'm around him, though. Miss Sarah, I understand exactly what you mean. I've been in that same situation myself, so I understand that. So I'm going to be very honest. I think, in my opinion, doesn't mean it's right, but in my opinion, I think the best answers, like you're saying yourself, the most clear answers you have is when you're by yourself and not with him. So it kind of sounds like you have an answer already, but your fear is in control of your decisions versus you being in control of them, if that makes sense. I get it. It's not an easy decision. And I don't want to say or like hint. I don't want to hint like you should be doing one thing. Like my intuition tells me the answer already, even though you may not know what it is. Like my intuition is already telling me what your answer is. Now, is it true? I don't know. Or is it correct? I don't know if my intuition is correct because I don't know the full story, but I have a gut feeling of what I think what you should be doing. I'll leave it at that. On Texas, are you about to end? I think I'm going to end somewhat soon, maybe in the next 5 at most 10 minutes. I have a lot of packing and prepping to do before my trip. I'll be flying up to Oregon and then driving down to California, which is funny. I just, yeah, flying from California to Oregon, back to California, just in a different part of California because California is very big. Cheddar Biscuit, how many bucks you be making? As many bucks as I could fit in 2 pockets. Ken says, what other PC games do you play? If you're talking to me, wait, I don't know if you're talking to me. I'm confused. Right now, the only game I'm playing is pretty much Fortnite, except with Vapor over there. We did play CSGO that one time, just because. But yeah, mostly just Fortnite. I try not to, how do I say this, overwhelm my life with games. Games are fun, but I think there's more, there's more to life. But yeah, games are fun. It's a way for me to socialize and connect with a lot of you, especially Fortnite. Yeah. Vapor says, suspect long hair, black suit beard, mid-40s, just robbed a store in pursuit. Our mouse, Ripper Mouse. Oh goodness. Anathox says, I don't know why it makes me feel sick every time I hear the word Fortnite. Nice. Oh goodness. I'm kind of curious where Fortnite's gonna go. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I'm not everyone. I don't know. I don't know how long Fortnite's gonna last. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's gonna go long term, but I mean it has a good foundation. It has a huge fan base, and they're investing a lot into esports and everything like that. So I don't know. I'm just curious. That's all. Whew. Jamie says, Richard, I'm going to pass in the continuation for today about this topic you mentioned about people you know in a long time and you don't know. I'm going to write this in a journal for the next live stream. All right, Jimmy. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know that, and apologies for not being able to figure that out or diving deeper. I don't want to have everyone sit here as I try to figure out what it is. Yeah. Anathox says, okay, I understand. For socializing, yeah, any game is good. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. So we are caught up with comments right now, and I'm gonna start to conclude the live stream. So again, heads up. Oh, I didn't mention my announcement, which I will do right now. It's just like these videos. So what I'm gonna do for you right now. So Jimmy, while you're on right now, and I don't know if Mackenzie's still on, but both of you have video topics that you recommended to me for the Thursday topic video. And for all of you who, have been waiting for those videos, again, please forgive me for not posting topic videos for the last 2 weeks. Combination of stress and just, not feeling good or whatever it is, led me to not posting those videos recently. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do you a favor, I'm going to do me a favor, and I'm just going to go ahead and record the video right now and then upload it tomorrow. That is a promise. I can't believe I said that, but it's going to be a promise, okay? I'm going to upload at least one topic video tomorrow, Tuesday. And then Thursday, no promises yet. I'm going to either try to have a topic video or I'll put my vlog there, something like that. But rest assured, Jimmy and Mackenzie, I'm going to answer both your topics. One is about how to stop feeling lonely. The other one is how to I guess, take control of, like, how to control your triggers when you get triggered. So, yeah. So if anyone has preferences, let me know which topic you want me to do first. I probably will do the lonely one since I've kind of already started planning that one. So, yep. That's the news there. Last piece of reminder is our next live stream, which is on Wednesday, usually at 8 p.m. I will not be on at 8 p.m. because I'll be kind of flying into the airport and I need to drive home. So if I do a live stream, it'll be later at like 9:30, something like that. I will keep you posted. It might be a little bit of a last minute reminder, but I just want to give you a heads up for now. Miss Saris, and that's all I have for reminders. All right. Miss Sarah says, by the way, I keep noticing your lights in the background, and I don't know why, but they're aesthetically pleasing to me. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I did something what I think is cool. So, I mean, if I shut this bright light off right here, I made it. I don't know. Before my room was just way too not natural lighting. So, I mean, this isn't completely natural, but I. So if you hit my room light switch, it actually turns on these trees. So, yeah, I just set it up like that. So that's all. I think it's cool. Mood lighting. It's nice. Isaac says, I saw you try a magic trick and stole the guy's wallet. Nice. Turn to me. That's what I do for a living. The secret's out. I'm just kidding. Jimmy says, it took me a while to clarify the statements. It was hard for me to get this thought out, so I'm going to pass on this topic so I don't get stressed out. Jimmy, sorry about that. Yeah. All right, Jimmy, I'm gonna do, okay. So, hold on, I'm gonna answer that question. Do you watch any prank videos? I've seen a few prank videos before, a handful. So, yeah. Pranks are cool. All right, Jimmy. So, what I'm gonna say right now is, I guess in a way, this stream is quote unquote officially over-ish. So, if you want to hop off, you can. Jimmy, I'm gonna do you a favor and me a favor. I'm gonna try to process. I know you're stressed out about it. Sorry about that. I'm actually gonna go back to the comments and try to understand what you said again. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that right now. Okay. So Jimmy, for the stream. Okay. To me, I would say you. Do you know me? To be honest, it would be weird for me if someone I knew from a long time, even though we don't remember them. I'm trying to break this down. This is confusing for me. Grammar, no offense, grammar is incorrect, which makes it hard for me to understand what it means. To be honest, it would be weird if for me if someone I knew from a long time, even though we don't remember them. See, I don't understand the statement right here. It would be weird for me if someone I knew from a long time ago. I would say, are you saying it would be weird if someone said, "Do you know me?" What? There are times when memories fade. Okay. So, wait, hold on. I'm going to read the second part. And you just don't remember them. There are times when I know someone for a long time and I still remember them. They sometimes will say hi and I have a short conversation. When you meet new people, you're not going to hang out with some friends you usually hang out in high school or middle school because you are a different journey within yourself. Okay, so Jimmy, here's my best guess. So it sounds like there's two different conversations or two different comments that you're saying. I'll summarize to the best of my ability. Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is essentially something along the lines that sometimes we forget people, and it would be weird if people ask, "Do you know me?" I'm not sure if that's what you're saying, but that's what I would say. And then I understand the second piece a little bit better. I think. I think you're saying the second statement is essentially saying, when we get older, we make new friends, and sometimes our old friends will kind of fade away. Not in a bad way necessarily, but like we just meet people who have more common interests in our life, and as we get older. And I would, if that's what you're saying, I would agree with that because. Yes, I do keep in touch with my high school friends. Not that often, but they're still my friends, and I message them once in a while. And I do have new friends that I also talk to. But yeah. So hopefully I got close. Let's see. FBI says I have a hatred for reality TV for some reason. I can see that. I think reality TV ranges, and I think some of reality TV is kind of fake, and it kind of puts a certain image, or how do I say this? It glamorizes certain things, or it dramatizes things too. Glamorizes or dramatizes things, which can kind of be fake. So, uh, in those kind of reality TV shows, I would agree with that. Yeah, but there's a lot of different kind of reality TV shows, and some are more legit than others. All right, Jimmy says I do my best. Clarify. Look, I'm going to write this down in a journal for the next live stream for very specific detail. I'm just going to do my best I can. I'm not good at it. That's okay. My request of you, Jimmy, is to keep it short and concise. Okay, not too long. FBI says reality TV feels so manipulative to me. I don't like what. I'm not going to dive too deep into this conversation because I do got to go. But I'm just thinking. I'm like, what are examples of reality TV shows? You know, I just feel like there's so many different kinds of reality TV shows. Manipulative. I can't think of certain examples, but I probably agree with you. I do think some shows are manipulative, and I think, yeah, I think in general, a lot of shows are created essentially to make money. Yeah. Miss Sarah says, since this is practically over, I'm going to head off. All right, Miss Sarah, good night. I'm actually going to head off pretty soon too. Vic says, let's link on Fortnite. Vic, sounds good. Feel free to add me if you want. My name is just Richard Kuo, Richard Kuo, no spaces, okay? Yeah. All right, people, thank you so much for hopping on. And I will be recording a quick how to stop being lonely video right now, and it'll be posted sometime tomorrow, probably. All right? So have a good night. Vic, I'm on PC for Fortnite, so, but I mean, we could cross-platform anyway, so it doesn't matter. Jared, good to see you on. We are signing off right now. And Jimmy says, Richard, before you go, what is one request that you gave the next time I bring this topic on the live stream? For me, just short and concise. You know, with comments and questions. Yeah. Alrighty. Cool, peoples. Thanks again for just hanging out and everything like that. Take care. Have a good night, and wishing you the best with the remainder of your school year for those of you in school. And have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. Boop.